With its more than 150-year-old history, Indian Railways is a state-owned public utility of the Government of India under the Ministry of Railways. As a national common carrier, transporting passengers and goods over its vast network, Indian Railways has always played a key role in India's social and economic development. Northern Zone is the shining star of the Railways of India. It has easily achieved its objective to cover vast distances and create a benchmark of success for the other zones to follow. This zone spreads extensively across Delhi, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Union Territory of Chandigarh, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, and Uttarakhand. The Jammu and Kashmir state, situated in the extreme north of India, has limited surface accessibility from the rest of the country. Till recent times, bringing rail to Kashmir Valley was a dream. Before 1947, the Jammu and Kashmir state was connected to the rest of India by rail via Jammu-Sialkot route. With the partition, however, the state disappeared from the railway map for about 25 years, till the link was re-established via Jammu-Pathankot route in late 1972. Negligible traces of the Jammu-Sialkot track at Gulabgarh, a border village near Suchitgarh in Ranbir Singh Pora, with an abandoned old structure of the then important railway station at R.S. Pora, a track change lever besides an old structure of a bridge is what one can find as the remains of this historic route now. Though the possibility of joining the beautiful and picturesque valley of Kashmir with the remaining Indian railway network was explored towards the end of the 19th century, it remained a dream till the project was announced in 1982. Conceptualized in 1886, the project failed to come up for over a century. It was in April 1886 that Maharaja Pratap Singh met Lord Dufferin and suggested a railway track to Kashmir. However, after a detailed survey submitted in January 1890, it was returned back, saying that the Jammu-Akhnur-Banihal track of 175 miles would cost 3,7,16,350 rupees. Later, after several surveys on different tracks, the British government referred to the claim made by another British engineer, Wild Blood, that laying a track from Jammu to Srinagar via Riyasi was possible. Since it bypassed the snowed areas, it was said to be even better. There were two more efforts made in 1928 and 1937, following which the project fell off the priorities. In the post-partition era, a special reconnaissance survey was undertaken in July 1962, and later on the instance of Defence Ministry in 1964, followed by two others in 1971 and 1972. However, the work on the survey carried out in 1982 by the Final Location Engineer Survey was completed in 1983. In fact, the Government of India planned to provide a reliable transport system in this mountainous region, crossing major earthquake zones, making it the most difficult railway project taken up in India. Officially termed as Jammu-Udhampur-Srinagar-Baramulla Rail Link, JUSBRL, this project was declared as a national project by the Vajpayee government in 2002, which meant that it would be completed irrespective of the cost. and the funding would be done by the Union government under PMO's supervision. A deadline of August 2007 was also set, which seemed almost impossible. The daring task of constructing tunnels through this difficult terrain has been a big challenge for the Indian Railways. In fact, the entire terrain falls in seismic zones 4 and 5, which are considered geographically the most prone areas to earthquakes. The entire area has seen the worst earthquakes of human history and is subjected to extreme temperatures of cold and heat. For the construction of the passage between Kashmir Valley and the outside region, many tunnels and bridges needed to be constructed to surpass this difficult terrain and deep gorges. With connecting of Banihal, the last town of Jammu province, with Kashmir Valley in June 2013 and Katra with Udhampur in July 2014, the goal of connecting the paradise on earth to the rest of the country is in sight now, and by 2018, this dream may come true.
It has been a long cherished dream of this subcontinent that the Vale of Kashmir is joined with the rest of India, and the thought process started way back during the British era when a few surveys were done along Chenab, along Jhelum, but a concrete step was taken in the year 1994 when this project was sanctioned, that there will be a railway line from Jammu up to Srinagar and beyond.
Running from Jammu to Baramulla, a historic town in Kashmir. This line is about 327 kilometers in length, and it will be joining the valley with the remaining Indian railway network. The Railway Board is responsible for technical guidance and coordination of overall progress of this project. The work on this project is progressing at a satisfactory pace. In order to expedite its completion and considering the magnitude of the task at hand, this project was split into 4 legs, which are Leg 0, Jammu Udhampur, Leg 1, Udhampur Katra, Leg 2, Katra Kazigund, and Leg 3, Kazigund Baramulla. Leg 0. The first portion of the JUSBRL project extending from Jammu to Udhampur was completed and dedicated to the nation on the 4th of April 2005. Though the foundation stone for the project was laid by the then Prime Minister late Srimati Indira Gandhi at the entry point of the Udhampur railway station on 14th April 1983. This 53-kilometer long railway line was constructed and completed by Northern Railways at a cost of 520 crore rupees. Using the latest technology, the railway line has been laid with 20 tunnels, about 10 kilometers in length, with 34 major and 124 minor bridges. This track is bustling with numerous trains and passengers. The railway line passing through hill stations like Bajalta, Sangar, Manwal and Ramnagar also touches the hearts of the locals of all age groups who express their joy by merely watching it and boosting their business activities and saving their time and money. Laying of a railway line on rocks and cliffs in this section was not an easy task. Due to the topography of the Shivalik ranges, but the engineers, labourers and the railway officials made it possible with their determination. The stylish Taavi Bridge on River Taavi near Manval, with 245 meters in length, joins another bridge, E18, with 1187 meters in length, to cover both riverbed and the land. This bridge is a wonderful example of engineering in this section. The Sardhan and Gambhir bridges on this route are other examples of the engineering feat. The Sardhan Bridge, again with slight curves, is surrounded by small valleys and hillocks with a variety of scenic beauty. The length of this bridge is 620 meters. The Gambhir Bridge is 77 meters high and is the highest rail bridge in this section. At a sleepy village named Dwadhar, besides a small bridge, both the railway and road transport tunnels are seen coming closer to each other. The Northern Railways has devised its own technique for better ride quality, with reinforced concrete piers for all viaducts, long welded tracks laid on heavier rails, and ballastless tracks in tunnels with proper ventilation. A land of grand ancient temples and beautiful palaces, the starting point of the JUSBRL project, Jammu, is a city where the past still has a living presence. Raghunath temple is a well-known holy shrine of the Hindus situated in Jammu city. This famous temple is dedicated to Lord Ram. Again, the Bahu Fort is another place of religious and cultural importance. Leg 1. This section of the line extends 25 kilometers from Udhampur to Katra and is constructed by Northern Railway Construction Organisation. Though the major work on tunnelling and bridges in this section was completed in 2007 only, but due to certain technical problems like soil conditions in tunnel T23, there was a delay in completion of this section. In order to rectify these problems, international consultants were hired. And finally, this significant section of the project was completed in 2013. Udhampur, at a height of 861 meters above the sea level, came on the map of Indian Railways in 2005. The Udhampur-Katra stretch of the line consists of 9 major and 29 minor bridges, 3 stations and 10.9 kilometers long tunnels. The longest tunnel in this stretch, T23, is 3.12 kilometers long. Due to major lining cracks during heavy rains, a portion of this tunnel was realigned and the damaged section blocked. The alignment of this tunnel goes almost from east to west towards the Katra end with a D-shaped profile. After passing through T23, the train runs over a major bridge, number 186 of this section, which is constructed across the Jhajjar Khat Gorge near Tikri village. This bridge is the longest steel girder bridge in India, with a maximum height of 85 meters. The longest span of this bridge is 154 meters. Another major bridge in this section is Dwadhar Bridge, which is an exemplary work of engineering. The approximate cost of this stretch amounted to 1150 crore rupees. The line was opened for the public, especially the devotees of Mata Vaishno Devi, by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi when he inaugurated the first train the Shri Shakti Express at Katra railway station on the 4th of July 2014. This day was of a great significance for the local populace of Katra and other adjacent areas of Riyasi and Udhampur districts.
कटरा में हमारा बिजनेस है। उसके बाद जब श्रीनगर से कोई सामान वगैरह ड्राई फ्रूट वगैरह आता है तो हमारा श्रीनगर में ट्रेन पहुंच जाएगी तो वहां से डायरेक्ट सामान आने के लिए दिक्कत नहीं होगी, क्योंकि श्रीनगर में जाने के लिए गाड़ियों का एक दिन पूरा लगता था, जाम लग जाता था।
The Katra railway station in itself is a mixture of aesthetics, faith and engineering, which greets millions of devotees of Mata Vaishno Devi before their holy journey to the cave.
मैं कटरा में रहती हूँ। यहाँ पे पहले ट्रेन नहीं आती थी, मगर जब से अब ट्रेन यहाँ पे आई है, यात्रियों को यहाँ पे बहुत ही अच्छी सुख सुविधाएं हो गई हैं। लोग सीधे जहाँ पे भी उन्होंने जाना हो जल्दी पहुँच जाते हैं और उनका टाइम भी वेस्ट नहीं होता है। इसलिए यहाँ पे ट्रेन के आने की वजह से बहुत अच्छा हुआ है।
After Katra having been linked with Udhampur by train, this rail link has made the pilgrimage easier for those devotees who could not make it due to the arduous bus journey from Jammu to Katra in the past.
7-8 बार मैं वैष्णो देवी आ चुका हूँ। पहले जम्मू तक आता था, जम्मू से बस से कटरा तक आता था। कटरा आने तक बहुत परेशानी होती थी। अभी सुविधा होने से इतना इजी हो गया कि तकलीफ कम हो गई है।
Leg 2. The Katra-Khazigund section of USBRL project will be 128 kilometers long and is the toughest project undertaken by the Indian Railways, with 33 bridges, 10 stations and a tunnel length of 100 kilometers in length. The special feature of this section is that 80% of the track will be covered by tunnels and 12% by bridges, thus leaving only 8% open.
The Himalayan mountains are the youngest mountain series in the world and have the most complex and difficult geology, which is more complex and difficult even than the Alpine and the Andes mountains. And therefore, construction of an infrastructure project in this area has its own unique challenges.
The Katra-Dharam section of this leg has been given to Konkan Railways Corporation Limited, while the Dharam-Khazigund-Baramulla section was given to Ircon International